All right. Hello, everyone. So great to see you all. I see people flooding into the Zoom call, so I'll wait just a minute as more people hop on. But it's so great to see, I guess, but see all these names. And it's a beautiful day here in Denver, Colorado, where I hope everyone will be joining us in August. I mean, literally, it's a perfect day. Like the birds are chirping and the flowers are blooming, and it's perfect. It's the start of summer here. So, welcome. We're so happy to have you all here. We're going to answer a ton of questions about Newtopia now and really give you an overview of what Newtopia is all about. We want to remind everyone that you can ask your questions in the chat or in the using the Q&A box, and we'll make sure that we get to those at some point over the course of this webinar. Do we have the slide deck up? Is the slide deck up?
Oh, yes.
Okay, let's pop it up. So I want to start by just giving a brief overview of what Newtopia Now is. As we get this slide deck up and running, we'd love to hear where everyone is tuning in from. So if you are here, please just throw it in the chat where you're joining us from. We'd love to hear from you. Oh, wow, we have a global attendee base here. Someone's calling in from Vietnam, San Francisco, Monterey. Oh, Mexico, Chicago, Dallas, New York. Oh, this is so fun. All over the country and all over the world. So this is amazing. It's great to see so many people joining us. So, what is it that makes Newtopia now unique? So, I've been thinking about this a lot because we get this question a lot. But I've really been thinking a lot about this idea of human-centered experiences. Like many of you, I've been using AI for a lot of different things, and that's great. It creates more efficiencies. The fact that we have all of these amazing technologies to support in our work and our businesses is a really wonderful thing. But nothing can replace human experiences, whether that be in healthcare or in events or in our natural products industry. And I think that is truly what makes Newtopia Now special, that it creates an environment where connection happens really organically and meaningfully, where each new idea or person or product is made easy to access and have conversations around. And I believe that Newtopia Now truly is the destination for product innovation. For those of you who were able to join us last year, you probably know that there are all of these amazing experiences that we're really able to celebrate this industry's tremendous innovations and all of the people that make that happen. So that's what sets it apart. It is the place where CPG brands, retailers, investors are all connecting. And of course, I am a content person. I'm the VP of Content and Summits at New Hope. And I love content. And the content that we have at the show this year is going to be really incredible. These are just a few of the featured sessions. We have a great session planned with Whole Foods Market, which really gives you an insider look at what goes on, how decisions are made at Whole Foods. We also have the CEO of GNC, Michael Costello, as one of our keynotes for this year's event. We are so excited about that. He is really awesome, honest about what it takes to succeed at GNC. We also have our second keynote confirmed, Dr. Gabrielle Lyon. If you do not know Dr. Gabrielle Lyon, I encourage everyone to look her up. She is incredible. Her work is centered around protein, which of course is a hot topic right now, but really tying protein to women's health, longevity, and so much more. And she's a powerful speaker in the CPG, wellness, and biohacking space. And we also have returning this year our Conscious Beauty and Wellness Pitch event presented by Giannuzzi Lewendin. Last year, we had 10 incredible companies across the wellness and beauty space presenting on stage, and we'll be bringing that back as well. When it comes to content at Newtopia Now, one of the things that makes it really special is that the content is right there on the show floor. So we have 3 stages throughout the event, and that enables enables brands to just pop away from your booth and go check out content. We are highlighting so many retailers, as you can see, many others that aren't even on this slide, and also the brands that are participating in sponsorships that include presentations can just be on the stage, and then a buyer can head right over to your booth and check out what you're doing there. So it's a really cool way to integrate discovery and content there. So who is joining us? This event would be nothing without our brands and our retailers. Again, just a small snapshot of the types of companies that you'll see throughout our 3 neighborhoods. One thing I also want to point out is that Newtopia Now has really become an incredible place for companies to launch their products. So you'll see a lot of emerging brands here, but also a place for established companies to really show their commitment to innovation and to supporting the ecosystem. So I really love seeing this range of companies across, small, medium, and more established brands coming together in the Newtopia Now environment. And our industry rock stars, our retailers. Here are some of the retailers that you'll see both on the stages and throughout the show floor. So many different types of retailers engaging. And what we really saw last year was that retailers were coming ready to have conversations, ready to share what they look for in companies and their discovery process, and coming ready to meet with brands. And we just had so many successful partnerships forged there. I actually just was on a call the other day, and a big retailer said, gosh, I have so many companies that either we brought into store from Newtopia Now, or we just kept in touch with, and we're making sure that we know what they're doing and where they're heading. So it's really cool to see those types of interactions come to life at Newtopia. So what will the schedule look like? Let's take a peek. So we start on Wednesday, August 20th, and this is really our community experience day and our exhibitor setup day. And we also have our opening reception. So our community experiences are Plants with Purpose, which is at the Botanic Gardens on York Street in Denver. It's one of my favorite places. It's a really beautiful environment and a perfect place for networking for this event. Then we have our Pack and Give Back event at the Convention Center and the We Don't Waste facility. This is really our way to support the Denver community through Newtopia Now. And of course, our Women in CPG luncheon, which we hosted last year, was a highlight of Newtopia for me, and we're bringing it back. And then our neighborhood networking night, which really is a celebration of everyone who will be at the event. Thursday, the show floor opens. New for 2025, we have buyer only hour starting at 9 a.m. So from 9 to 10. The floor is open to everyone from 10 to 5. And then we have all that great neighborhood content, again, right there on the show floor. And of course, our Conscious Connections Lounge and hosted Buyer Lounge, which is where buyers and brands are really connecting in that Conscious Connections Lounge. And on Thursday night, we'll be hosting our Dine Arounds. These are invite-only events that are themed around each neighborhood. If you're interested in attending and you'll be exhibiting or attending Newtopia Now, please reach out to me. I'll put my email in the chat, and we're curating those invite lists right now. Friday, more discovery, networking, and education, and all of the things that you saw on Thursday will be back in full force on Friday. And we do have our one keynote on Thursday and another keynote on Friday, so you'll want to make sure to stay for both. Here are some images from last year. It's always hard to really talk about the magic. You kind of just have to see it and certainly be there. But we have everything here from what happened in our market, which I know Katie and others will talk more about, what was happening in the stages, some of our community experiences, and then some of those beautiful interactions at the show. So with that, I'm going to pass it over to Katie to talk more about what it looks like for brands interested in participating in Newtopia Now.
Thanks so much, Jess. And just to say hi to everybody and introduce myself, I'm Katie Golding, and I'm the sales director for Newtopia. So I really think, Jessica, what you said resonated with me around these authentic connections you can make face to face. It's so valuable these days for business, and really the way to connect with those buyers and brands that are looking for that kind of face to face connection. So I love that. But great to meet you all. Thank you for joining. So I wanted to talk about how brands participate at Newtopia now. This is a very different trade show, a very different event. And we are looking for brands to show up in multiple touch points from our buyer research that we did. The buyers told us they want to learn more about these brands. They want to have really authentic, again, to use that word, sampling opportunities. They want to see the brands in thought leadership roles where they speak. And then just opportunities for them to sponsor activations around the show floor and really have a different type of experience. So if a brand will participate with a booth space that's furnished, a spot in our market, and we'll tell you all a lot more about our market space, which is our product discovery showcase, but very innovative in a retail type setting. So really engages with that product discovery for brands. And then the brand activation, which is a sponsorship. So where you align in your brand stage here, either early, emerging, or you're more of an established brand, there's different opportunities at different investment levels to also have a sponsorship. Beacon, we'll tell you a lot more about that coming up too. Gwen will share a lot, but Beacon is our year-round 365-day product discovery platform. And buyers will favor brands on Beacon. Every brand is in Beacon so that the buyers can start learning about the brands before they even get to the show floor. And then the last piece to the package is the one-to-one meeting. So the show is very centric on meetings. There's lots of opportunities for brands to be in the pathways of these buyers for connections. With the meetings, there's the one-to-one connections, there's our hosted buyer program, and then there's networking and some speed networking. So just a little tour around our floor plan. The market that we mentioned is in the front of the hall. Last year, for those that attended or exhibited, the market was upstairs in our Bluebird ballroom next to our registration area. So it was such a dynamic space. We wanted it on the show floor. It's the first thing people walk into when they come to the show. At the top of the floor plan there, our Conscious Connections Lounge is where those meetings will take place that I mentioned. We have tables set up. It's a hosted area where we'll have a registration area and they'll connect buyers and brands to those meetings. This is expanded from last year. We have a bigger space. We're going to do more meetings. We also, different change from last year and an update, we moved our hosted buyer lounge to the show floor. So it's right there by the Conscious Connections Lounge to make things very easy for the buyers to be on the show floor as everything is happening and they're experiencing during the show. We also have the Glow Salon. The Glow neighborhood moved to the front of the hall as well. And in the Glow neighborhood, our Conscious Beauty neighborhood, we have the lounge and a salon where brands can sample their product. And then we moved the cafe to the main drive aisle. It was such a great social area for the show. It was a real connection between sampling and networking and a really popular space. And then the stages are on the floor, and lounges on the floor. So everything once the show floor opens happens on the floor to keep everybody engaged and buyers and brands connecting. Hand that over to my colleague Ashley.
Hi guys, I'm Ashley Witherspoon. I am a client service specialist and the lead for Newtopia. Okay, so we can start with the exhibitor resources. One of the most important, I would say, is the booth approval that people need to submit if they don't have a package, and that is July 3rd. I wouldn't say it's a hard cutoff date, but we definitely would like it around that date. Just so if there's anything that you have to change with your booth or measurements or anything like that, it gives you enough time. Logo submission deadline is August 4th. Exhibitor services discount deadline through GES, that's going to be July 29th. Anything after that, you'll have to call or email GES directly. because it'll be shut off online. Move-in starts August 19th. Obviously, the show dates are the 20th through the 22nd, and then the exhibitor move-out starts on August 23rd. And I know this is a big one. And you guys, I can put my email in the chat and you guys can reach out to me directly if you guys are having any issues. But this is going to be the exhibitor console. This is going to be where you can pay for anything. You get the exhibitor service kit, register your staff for badges, invite customers to your booth, exhibitor re-sign appointments, which is coming soon, and then the exhibitor center itself. So this is kind of your main hub. And then here is what I call the Bible for the show. This is your ESK exhibitor service kit. This is going to have everything that you guys need, from move in, move out, floor plans, purchasing a back wall, how to order electricity, Wi-Fi, booth furnishings, lead retrieval, where to ship, literally everything. This is amazing. I can definitely help anyone that needs help getting around it. But to your left, and over to the left, on the left-hand side, you can see where it kind of starts with all the categories. And it's very planned, very neat and organized. So this is definitely great when you're exhibiting.
Awesome. Thank you, Ashley. I'm happy to jump in now. One big change that we had this year is our 3 neighborhoods. And so as you can see here, we have Thrive, Regenerate, and Glow, as Katie showed us on the floor plan, which is all really exciting. And so with that, jumping into the market. And so like last year, and like we said, the market was up in Bluebird Ballroom. We now have this as the entrance into our expo hall. So we're very excited for that. You'll get to see it right when you walk into Newtopia Now. And every exhibiting company gets to have their flagship product or a product that they've had on Beacon displayed in their retail ready packaging in the market. And so a couple changes this year is it's not just one single SKU item. We're allowing the retail ready packages. So an example I like to share is like chapstick usually comes in a 10-pack. That's what we see on the shelf. We want to make sure how your product is presented on the shelf is how it can also be represented at Newtopia Now in our market. So we have a lot of different information on this sheet. Feel free to contact your sales rep, or if you have any questions on the market, our emails will be shared at the end of this presentation on the slideshow. And just a couple notes for the market. We have our product drop-off that's going to be all day on Wednesday. So that community experience day, you'll walk your product. It needs to be hand delivered to our staff working the market at the convention center. And that will be all day, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. And then we're also opening up the market early on Thursday. Again, we have that buyer-only hour in the market before the expo hall opens, the trade show floor opens. And so on Thursday, August 21st, if you want to drop off your product, that will be open from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. And as a reminder, any products left at the market get to be involved in our donation program with We Don't Waste. So again, if you have any other questions, our emails will be shared, but we're just so excited to have the market on the trade show floor since that was such a great spot and such a hot topic last year. And my next slide is going to go into a video, but just to preface, this is going to be all about our one-on-one meeting platform and conscious connections.
You've come too far to watch opportunities pass by, so why not leverage the power of Newtopia Now's Conscious Connections? Your journey to more meaningful connections starts with a simple check for an email to the event platform. 1. Explore the event platform, log in with your registered email and set up your password or request a magic link if it's your first time. Once logged in, you'll land on the event homepage where pink buttons guide you to exhibitors, agenda, speakers, and more. Step 2. Navigate effortlessly and find what you need without the hassle. Discover matches that matter with our recommendations tailored based on your interests and profile. Click on Conscious Connections Matches to see personalized matches and refine them by bookmarking interests or dismissing irrelevant recommendations. Step 3. Check the Beacon Discovery section for links to learn more about brands and their flagship products, all of which meet our high standards for ingredients and marketing transparency. Step 4. Ready to engage with retailers and brands? Schedule meetings in no time. Choose dates, invite participants, and select convenient locations, all in one place, streamlining your planning. Create and manage meetings effortlessly under My Meetings. Stay on top of your agenda and maximize your event experience. Step 5. Access all your meetings in My Meetings and stay organized. Make sure to review and edit as needed to ensure smooth interactions. Connecting with purpose and seizing opportunities has never been easier. Request access today and make your next connection count.
Awesome. And just a couple things to note for that. So the overview that we were sharing on the screen there is our event platform, the Newtopia Now event app. And for exhibitors, they will get web access on June 18th. And then our app will launch and all of our attendees get access on July 21st. So within that platform, like it said, you can get a link to, you'll be emailed when the app is ready and the web has launched, the web version. And in there is where you will make your connections, your meeting requests. All of our meetings are selected to go right away to the Conscious Connections Lounge, but you are able to change that location once the person you've sent the meeting request to, once they have accepted, that turns into communication. So just as a reminder, our Conscious Connections Lounge is on the trade show floor, and we're just really excited to have this back. And we had just such great connections last year. So we're excited for that to all start opening up on June 18th. And with that, I will pass it over to Gwen.
Morning, I'm Gwen Easton. I'm the growth manager for our market integrity team. Our market integrity team has our standards eligibility program, our market ready consulting, and Beacon Discovery that we'll talk about today. Beacon's a really great opportunity both while we're at the show as well as availability year round. We do have an important deadline as well by July 21st. Any brands that are exhibiting at Newtopia Now will need to have connected with our audience success team to have their products onboarded for Beacon Discovery. Really exciting. We already have over 90% of the brands that will be at the show on Beacon Discovery, which is great for our retailers and buyers who use Beacon Discovery as a tool to plan for the show, navigate while they're at the event, and then that post-show discovery and making those connections after the show. So really important, if you need any help, if you have a profile existing on Beacon Discovery, if you need to make any updates or any changes, really exciting as we develop and have more great stuff on Beacon. Our Beacon Hub is now open. If you're a brand and you're on Beacon and you would like to make any updates or changes, you can go into the My Beacon Hub and get all that information refreshed and ready for the show. If you have new products that need to upload, please connect with our audience success team to do so. Again, that July 21st deadline, that is a hard deadline. I would say by about July 11th, if you have something new that you want to get updated, you really should have already been in contact with our audience success team by that day. By July 21st, we're going to work as hard as we can to get everybody onboarded, but it will make it harder as we get close to the show to get that process complete. Buyers are using this platform to plan and prepare for our show. Our hosted buyers are engaging and using the app to favorite. When they arrive on the show, it's really exciting. You're able to align with that event app that Ashley was just showing us and use your favorites to navigate on the show floor and find those booths. So really want to make sure you're up to date, have your profile refreshed so that those buyers can navigate and find you on the show floor. On the My Beacon Hub, there are brand level and product level updates that you can make there. And there are a few things that you won't be able to update on your own that you will need to reach out to our audience success team, such as your logo. So please take a look at that sooner rather than later so we can get those updates and everything done and ready for the show. Also exciting, as a brand attending the show, Beacon now also has a search for business service providers. So if you're a brand attending the show and you're looking for packaging or something after the show, it's hard to connect while you're there, please go back and use Beacon as a resource for yourself as well to find those packaging resources, regulatory, ingredients, all type of good stuff there. Really great value. This is included in your booth cost. If you have, if you're attending at the show, this is an extension of what you're doing on the show floor. It's a digital pitch and something buyers can come back to year round. So really valuable and a really great tool to use. At the show, come see us. The Beacon Discovery team will be in the market if you need support or any help there, as well as our new Newtopia Navigator bar, just really extending that value that comes with attending our shows and being on Beacon Discovery. Some of our partners will be there and just some really great resources to make the show successful. And that's all I've got for you. On to Katie.
Thank you. Yeah, and just so everyone knows, we have our QR code up. Registration is open. I see a lot of questions come through, so I'm going to leave this slide up with everybody's emails, and I believe we have some Q&A. So I will start letting the team answer. And Katie, there's a great one right off the bat. Are there still booths available?
Yes, I see. I was just going to reply to you, Amy. Excuse me, Amy, in chat. But yes, reach out to me. I'll drop my email in the chat again. Yes, I'm happy to get you a good spot and get you set up with all the beacon and all the details that you need to start meeting those buyers and connecting pre-show. And I wanted to mention too that in addition to the one-to-one that Ashley showed in the great video, we have our largest cohort of hosted buyers for Newtopia as well, largest for our events. And that group has more of a concierge level service, a little bit more white glove around their calendaring, their meetings, their experience at the show, networking, and all the different activities, experiences that they have at the show. But we do help another group of buyers connect with the brands. And the idea is pre-show, so you get some of that, those meetings set up before you get there, and some of that legwork is done with who you're going to meet. Yep. Thanks, Ashley. Do you go to the next question?
Yeah, another question I saw was, can we set up our booth on August 20th? And you can. Our expo hall will be open nice and early, I believe 7 a.m., maybe even earlier than that. And so you can get in on Wednesday morning and even on Thursday morning before everything opens up. So yes, Wednesday, August 20th, we're open all day for a booth setup.
Ashley.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I just saw in the chat there was a question about the timing on the Conscious Connections. Can you clarify those dates again?
Yes, perfect. So for our Conscious Connections, the exhibitor that will open up for our exhibitors to begin building their profiles on June 18th. For everyone else, that access comes in July. And so for attendees of the show, that'll be in July. That's also when our app launches. But exhibitors are able to get in a little bit earlier to begin setting up their profile, starting to look at, adding their logo or just different information on their profile page in the event platform. And yes, you will get an email specifically from the Newtopia Now event platform getting you to log in. And so whoever was the lead contact for your booth, that's who will get the first email, and then they can also then set up their team as well. So it's a very, very simple process. We also have a pink button on there that will say the help desk for the event platform, and through there is a chat or email that will be able to answer any of your questions as well if you have any troubles getting into the platform.
And Ashley, I saw a couple questions about community experiences and how to register for those. Do you want to walk through that?
Yeah, I would love to. So our community experiences are all open in the registration process. To be able to get into that, you'll need the email that you registered with, and you'll want to go back through your registration. So once you get that confirmation email, it'll say access my registration. You'll want to click that link. You'll get in with the email you registered with. From there, you'll be able to go to a button that says upgrade your sessions. These are considered our networking sessions. And so that's where you'll be able to see all of them. There is a $29 fee for our community experiences, but part of that is because of our partnership with We Don't Waste. All of the proceeds from our community experiences are going to our Pack and Give Back bag supply fill. So like Jessica said, We Don't Waste helps the greater Denver community, and they're an awesome company that we worked with last year for our donation program. We're using them again, and we're really excited to do the Pack and Give Back partnership. And so all the non-perishable food and household items that we'll be using for packing, those are what the proceeds go to. So really easy to get back in there. If you have any questions, again, our client services team can help with that. And so please just reach out if you need anything.
And I saw a comment that last year a lot were sold out early. So just want to make sure that everyone's like really proactive about that and registering for those, and also call out that there are a range of other things that are happening throughout the event. So certainly come to our big networking night on Wednesday evening, and then we have happy hours on the show floor. We'll have a speed dating event with investors that's happening on the show floor. So there's lots of different things, as well as, like I said, feel free to email me about about the dinners that we're hosting on Thursday, but there's lots of things that are outside of those community experiences as well that really bring our Newtopia Now community together. So just keep an eye out. And I saw another question about, I had heard lots of great things about the Whole Foods session last year, and we just might do something similar with them. I know they loved hearing brands stand up and share a little bit about their companies. So we're working with them on doing something similar. So Whole Foods and our other retailers are getting really creative with how they bring content to the Newtopia Now stages.
Yeah, I'm seeing a ton of questions about anticipating booth traffic, number of samples to bring. And I know Ashley put the really fun equation in the chat, but Ashley, if you don't mind just walking through that, maybe for the larger group to be able to get a better understanding.
Yeah, so I know it's kind of like a math equation. It depends on what your sample is. If you're doing individual samples, like little pre-packaged, definitely, you know, you want to bring more than enough for those, because you would be shocked how many people come and grab samples over and over the course of, you know, the day. If you have big things that you're putting in individual cups or taste testing, it's kind of the same thing. I mean, it's really hard to know how many samples to bring. I know that math equation isn't really the easiest. Ashley, I don't know if you kind of have a better, it's hard to like give a number because it's just hard to know how many people are going to be there.
Yeah, I would definitely always say erring on the side of just having more samples is always better. And again, like Ashley said, you know, with the size of the trade show, you'll notice that, you know, people might frequent your booth a little bit more. And so just definitely being prepared is the best way to handle that.
And if you weren't able to join us last year, we had 7,000 attendees and we had a 5-to-1 buyer brand ratio.
Okay, so yeah, that's great.
Yeah, you do want to be a little strategic about getting those samples into the buyer hands. But yes, I think that what Ashley Witherspoon and Ashley Williams shared is a good benchmark.
Yeah, and Katie, I have a question for you. What does brand activation mean for the participation packages?
Yeah, I love that question. So the turnkey booths, the turnkey packages include a sponsorship. So an activation is just another term for a sponsorship. So whether you want to speak from one of the stages and tell your brand story, if you want a secondary sampling opportunity in the cafe or in the salon, or if you just want to put your brand up in lights, you've launched a new brand, you've launched a new product, and you want your name on one of our digital screens, one of our column wraps, that is built into your package cost with your booth and the matchmaking, the meetings rather, and the market, all inclusive. So we make sure every brand has a sponsorship. And this does tie back to research we did with the buyers who were asking for multiple touch points with the brand. So they want to see, you know, they don't want to just see you in your booth. They want to see you in these other formats to have other opportunities to connect. So meetings, your booth, and your sponsorship.
Awesome. Thank you.
I just saw a question that we have to answer. Is the event in Colorado? Yes. I can't believe we were not clear enough about that. But yes, at the Colorado important detail, minor detail. It is in Colorado. It's in Denver at the Colorado Convention Center once again, which is where it was last year as well.
Awesome.
And the dates are August 20th to the 23rd, if we miss that as well. So the first day, the 20th, is that community day, setup day for our exhibitors. The 20th through the 22nd, I'm sorry, 21st and 22nd are the show floor days. We just want it to be a day longer than it is, so.
Yeah, and one question from the Q&A of when will the hosted buyer meetings go out? They receive the same access. And so on June 18th, they'll start getting into their platform, getting their profile set up with all their company information, and then the meetings will be going out from there. So again, just once our exhibitor platform is opened up, my biggest suggestion is checking that daily, maybe making it routine to check it every morning of either sending those meeting requests, checking on the meeting requests, making sure they're accepted, or just reviewing that. So yep, hosted buyers will also get access when exhibitors do. Another Q&A that we had was, are there opportunities for marketing agencies or marketing companies as well as distributors? And I don't know, Katie, if you want to take that one.
One more time on that question, Ashley.
It says, are there opportunities for agencies / marketing companies as well as distributors?
Yes, yes. So please, my contact info is in the on the slide here. Please reach out and we can align your goals with participation.
Yeah, and our neighborhood networking night, that's going to be up in Bluebird Ballroom. That's open to everyone registered for Newtopia Now. I believe that begins at 5:30 p.m. and that's going to be on the beautiful outdoor terrace up on that Bluebird level. So not only are the views not to be missed, but our networking sessions and all different things happening that night are going to be a great way to attend and kick the show off. So yeah, definitely join us on Wednesday for neighborhood networking night. Katie, for any companies that are asking if they can have a one-on-one, making sure that they're all set up, would you prefer that they reach out to you directly and can go from there?
I think Ashley Witherspoon's team, if you've already signed up, is going to be your probably answer most of your exhibiting questions. So that's the client services Newtopia
Email.
to inform.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can send it to the client service Newtopia, or feel free to email me directly. I can put that in the chat again as well if you're needing help with that.
If you want some support on the meetings, if you want some support on other ways to engage, to look at your sponsorship, anything like that, you can please reach out to me. Ashley would handle the more technical questions. Thank you for that, Ashley.
Yeah. And then in regards to exhibitor move out, that does begin after the event closes at 5 p.m. on Friday, but it also will be all day on Saturday. So just so you all know, yeah, move out begins once our show has closed at 5 p.m. And then after that, it will be all day Saturday.
Jess, I see Mindy's asking about Ophelia's and the Women in CPG brunch, our favorite. Yes, we are doing it again.
Yeah, it's back. We're so excited.
Hope you can join us, Mindy.
I also see a question about shipping samples to the show. Ashley, do you want to take that one?
Yes, you can definitely ship your samples to the show. If it's a large amount, then yes, that's usually easier. If it's kind of a smaller amount or something more, if you're driving in and it's more hand carry, you can definitely do that as well. It really just depends on how much product you have. Are you flying? Are you driving? So it's just a personal preference. In the exhibitor service kit under shipping and material handling, you can read more about shipping to the show. And definitely, like I said, feel free to reach out to me if you have more questions.
Yeah, and a full list of our activities. A lot of this information is also on our website, so I would definitely suggest checking out newtopianow.com. You'll be able to see some of our agenda highlights, information about our community experiences that are happening on Wednesday. And in that, in our Newtopia Now website, we also have links to get into the exhibitor console, exhibitor services kit. So that's also a great resource if you need anything. I believe our chat bot will be launching soon. And so that's also a great way to just quickly add your question there, and our chatbot can also help answer.
And I also want to mention that our full agenda, our full content agenda will be going live in just a couple of weeks. So we called out some of the content highlights, but there's a lot more happening across the stages, and we'll have all of the sessions and speakers listed pretty soon here. So we're looking forward to getting that up and out.
I see Maria's asking about how many retailers are registered. We can get you a current number, Maria, but the last I heard it was around 1,200 buyers were registered. But that number grows and grows and grows till we get to the show.
Well, it looks like most of our questions, I think we've touched everything across the team. If anyone has anything else, again, feel free to put it in the chat. And just want to say thank you so much for taking the time to join and learn more about our show. We're so excited to have you all with us in August, and it's truly going to be so much fun in Denver. So yeah, if anyone has any closing remarks, feel free to jump in.
No, just thank you. Thank you, everyone. And we're looking forward to hopefully seeing you in Colorado in just a couple months.